Droids, as we know, weren't portrayed as the most intelligent of characters throughout the Clone Wars. Following the Separatist decision to disconnect battle droids from the central computer that had initially bound them to one pattern of thought and one pattern of thought only, droids suddenly became incredibly independent and had the ability to make many decisions by themselves.
Look, it's RB551. No wonder he got blasted. He's one of those older models programmed by a central computer. Not us. We're independent thinkers. Roger, 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 roger.
This massive project undertaken by the Separatists didn't particularly work out, and as we see throughout the Clone Wars, in too many cases were these newly independent battle droids downright dumb. With that said, however, in this video we're going to be taking a look at the other side of the spectrum, and we're going to look at 5 more smart or self-aware droids that ultimately justified the Separatist investment into a self-sufficient line of battle droids. The Separatists, to put it bluntly, were terrible when put on the defensive, and oftentimes, even with large amounts of external support and leadership, the droids present would usually falter and ultimately collapse under the pressure, thus allowing the Republic to quickly overtake key Separatist positions. With that said, during one specific encounter on the planet of Ryloth, the limited number of droids present on an outpost were able to give Obi-Wan and Cody an extremely tough time.
I think I see movement in the trees. Fire! Fire!
Come on then, let's go! Go, go, go! That bunker's gonna be a problem, General.
Let's take them out, now!
We've got to get close to the wall!
Try again, I'll give you some help.
Although the droids eventually did succumb to the strategic strength of the clone force led by Obi-Wan and Cody, for a leaderless and small group of droids, they put up an extremely good fight, managing to repel and inspire down onto the attacking force until, albeit with a little help from Force Push, they were outmaneuvered by the Republic force. In my opinion, it would have been extremely tough to get past that bunker without the help of Obi-Wan. I mean, they even managed to make Cody a little worried. To be honest, the droid featured on our number 4 spot was more self-aware in a sad way rather than smart, kind of like the lone battle droid that many of you may know from one of my previous videos. In this clip, we see 2 droid buddies walking together in the midst of a violent sandstorm.
OM5, are you still there? Yes, I think I'm right next to you. Where is Lord Toggle taking us? OM5? OM5! Yes, sir. Right away, sir. Don't leave me.
After one of the droids eventually succumbs to the brutality of the storm, however, his friend briefly looks for him, only to be scolded by Poggle and told to keep moving. The droid that unfortunately did become a victim of the sandstorm's sad last words were, "Don't leave me," and unlike the lone battle droid, this droid probably didn't get picked up by a pair of farmers and likely continued to collect sand for millennia to come. In our number 3 spot, we evidently have a droid who used his independence to try and ensure his own survival. Unfortunately for the B1 commander, however, after managing to convince a clone that his buddy was the commander and not him, it ultimately only saved his metallic hind for a couple of seconds, before he himself was in the crosshairs of a DC-15C.
Shoot, I'm not the commander. He's the commander. Guess I'm the commander now.
Lesson learned. Don't sell out your buddies. As seen in the case of this commander, it's not going to get you very far. It's not often that droids are left leaderless, but when they are, you know who to call. When a group of B1 commanders are abandoned and left for dead, one droid, amid all the confusion and chaos, makes one last defiant stand, and rallies all his commander friends to fight to the death against the tyranny of the Republic. Well, it wasn't really as epic as that, but you get the point.
I think the captain
As seen in the clip, however, this plan of action doesn't necessarily work out, and all the commander droids that were left standing eventually submit to the might of the Republic and perish into deep space. These 3 battle droids were hands down my favourite droids throughout the entire Clone Wars series. Although they only appeared in one arc of the show for a relatively short time and weren't part of the Separatist army, these 3 reprogrammed Republic battle droids were as smart as they got.
Uh-oh, that doesn't look like General Kenobi. We'll have to improvise.
Your arrival is long overdue. Where have you been? Even so, the odds are 3 to 1 that you are a traitor. We will take you to interrogation below.
Yes, sir. Moving. Don't talk back to me, droid. I'm in charge. Sorry, Commander. Just wanted to fool them. We'll take them from here. I think we have a... We'll handle it. Yes, sir. Sir, the prisoners did not make it to the interrogation level. Hold it. Where are you going with these prisoners? We're transferring them aboard the shuttle from Citadel to Point Terran. Point Terran? There's no outpost there. It's new. We have orders. We're coming aboard. We understand, sir. We will delay the enemy as long as possible. All for one and one for me.
As we see in the clips, these 3 droids managed to maintain their cover using intelligent and relatively believable strategies that we rarely see throughout the Clone Wars. In fact, if it wasn't for the Separatist warden being informed about the prisoners not reaching their cell, the droids, through their impeccable cover, would have taken the docked Separatist ship along with the prisoners and left the planet peacefully. This, however, was not the case, and after all Separatist droids were put on high alert, the plan ultimately failed, and soon after, our 3 favourite Republic battle droids eventually were destroyed, leaving a legacy of greatness behind them. So who are your favourite droids? Were they smart or just funny? Let me know below. As always, thanks for watching, and don't forget to join the wider intergalactic community on our website, Discord, and Instagram.